It is 11:30 at night. Nevertheless, happy Pascha, Christos Anesti, Christ is risen. I hope that everybody had a good celebration. It is very late, but I do want to react to this. Yeah, this is gonna be my reaction to Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 2. Also, if you hear any buzzing during the video, that's because, you know how I said my laptop wasn't working? So I have had a replacement laptop for these past few months while I'm trying to still get my hands on a laptop. And now this broken down laptop that still plays my videos and still allows me to edit stuff has started buzzing uncontrollably. Something in the fan, probably. But I don't know. It's not buzzing right now, so we're just gonna see what happens. So last we left off, Tanjiro is headed to the swordsmith village. He met Mitsuri Kanroji and Genyashi Nazugawa, both of which seemed, you know, like good additions to the story. One in a very positive light, and one, it seems, in a very negative light, but we'll see. Now it seems like we might have the cool neutral of the bunch, Muichiro Tokito and this tiny little kid wearing a clown mask, and some mysterious stranger that looks like the man from the first episode. So, I mean, yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Get lost? Oh, they see it. Yeah, that's not it. That's not a man. Oh. Whoa. No, he's not. He's like, how many leagues stronger than you? He's a Hashira. Oh gosh. That was so cool. Wow. Yeah? Do you not remember him? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I forget. In the Swordsmith Village arc, when we first meet Muichiro, he's actually pretty rude. Like, I decided that he would be my favorite character, like, when I first saw him in, like, that Hashira episode in the first season, just because I liked his aesthetics. And then I read the manga and I was like, But after a while, after I understood, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. She's such, like, she is a ball of sunshine. So I will say that whatever Gyoko did, that, like, motion, that was pretty cool. Because in the intro, it does look like Muichiro is gonna help out Tanjiro. YORIICHI type 0. Oh my gosh, with the gears in the background, that's so cool. I mean, Muichiro's a bit of a space cadet, so maybe he just doesn't remember. Yeah, it's a machine. What? Okay, dude, that's not how it works. Dang, okay, so that's like a morbid way of looking at the bigger picture. Yeah, okay. This poor child. Oh my gosh, Tanjiro. I mean, yeah, it's just pretty blunt and you know. Very much. Oh. Oh, that's Hagenezka. Has he been spying on Tanjiro or something? Very true. What, he needs to train? Wow, you didn't even see him move, did you? Oh, is that Hagenezka? Seriously? You actually gave it to him? Aww. No, you really were. That was a machine. Yeah. Whoa. So it's a, yeah. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Oh yeah. I guess just because he moves that fast. Yeah, you recognize him, don't you? How old is this kid? 300 years? Oh my gosh. Hug the child. Oh, he very much is. I love how they're animating him. Wow. I was not expecting that voice for his crow.
始まりの呼吸の
Yes. Huh. I love how he is animated. Goodness. Oh my gosh, he's bleeding.
あの人を夢で
That's it. Good job.
非現実的すぎて笑えるわ
Wow, with a crow like that.
なんかごめん俺
記憶の遺伝じゃないですか
Ooh, yes. Talk about this.
受け継がれていくのは姿形だけではない生き物は記憶も遺伝する
Yeah.
ご先祖様の記憶なんですよ
Kind of like what was happening with Daki and Muzan's memories.
優しいねありがとう
No, believe that.
君の名前は
Kotetsu?
俺は虎鉄です
Oh my gosh, you broke it. Uh-oh. Tanjiro, you somehow have to get between them.
君には未来がある20年後の自分のためにも今頑張らないと
Wow.
自分で自分がダメなやつだってわかる
Stop it.
俺のせいで全部終わりだよ
Oh, we've seen this before.
自分のことをそんな風に言わないでほしい
Everybody needs a Tanjiro. My goodness.
必ず他の誰かが引き継いでくれる君の子供や孫ならできるかもしれないだろう妹を助けたいと思っているけれど誰かがやり遂げてくれると信じてる
Oh my gosh.
鬼物児を倒してくれるはずだから
Oh my goodness. Already there are tears being shed.
こてつくん10歳か
10 years old. His sweetie.
いい修行になったよ。俺の刀折れちゃったからこの刀もらっていくね。
Oh my gosh.
処分しといて。
Wow.
悪意の匂いがしない
Yeah, exactly. Not a whiff of malice. Yeah. I don't like his crow. I will say that. Yeah. That doll is definitely broken. Oh my gosh. But like how badly? Can it still move?
動かないやっぱりもう
No. There we go. It's just got 5 arms now.
これで修行してあの澄ました顔のクソガキよりも絶対
Oh my gosh.
今からかな
Yes. Yes, he does. I think it'll be good for you. I mean, you're still recovering.
髪長すぎなんだよ
Seaweed head? Actually, that tracks.
恥知らず
Jeez.
苦悶の方がいいですかね
いや違うそこまでは言えない
Okay, spiteful child. He's way too kind for something like that.
時藤くんはすごかった
He was.
年下の子なのに
And he's not intentionally being mean. He's such an enigma. We'll talk about him later.
判断して動いてるんじゃないんだだからダメなんですよ
Well, he's still recovering, technically.
今までよく生きてこられましたね鬼殺隊で
He defeated an upper rank.
定的に叩きますから
You really hate Muichiro.
食べ物あげませんから
Oh, no.
全然ダメ
Epic fail?
に刀も出せますからね
死ぬる
今日も飯抜きです
This is making it worse. Even Urokodaki fed him.
水も食料も与えないという暴挙人間は3日ほどで真面目に
Yeah, honestly.
純粋なる暴挙
But he's still going along with it because he's just so nice.
恐ろしいほどの運動
Whoa, that was cool.
ほぼ絶
And you're definitely getting stronger. You're bulking up. Oh, is this the...
三途の川を渡りかけ
I remember reading this in the manga.
して橋の上を歩いてい
This was so funny.
空腹でめまいを起こしもぎもぎと揉まれているようだった
What the heck?
不思議なことに水の中でも匂いがした
What was it?
なんだこの匂いは
Oh.
左側頭部首右胸
Oh, you're there, buddy. Already this soon?
よし前よりもずっとよくは
Yeah.
相手が狙ってくる場所が分かるようになった
Okay, so it's not what I thought initially. I mean, it might be, but it's like...
月の糸よりも早い段階で来る
Yeah, you've experienced something that is close to something else.
でも壊れたら
Stop it.
絶対俺が直すから。
Do it.
でも俺はそんな炭治郎さんだからこそ。
Ooh. Okay, so oh. It's a sword hilt. That is obviously a sword hilt.
300年以上前の刀ですよね。
Could Tanjiro have found the weapon this fast? Oh, okay, we got the ending. Like a school life sort of thing? Slice of life thing? Yeah, definitely a slice of life thing. Muichiro. People don't like him. Oh, that's a cool shot! Oh, his sword's so cool. She looks so cute! Oh, no. Unfair. So cool. I feel like such pride for Muichiro, and I know it's not obvious now, but it will be. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh,
似合ってるそうです。
oh goodness. I don't like this.
お面の下の顔はお面と
I did know this. Yeah, they think he doesn't need to mask. He doesn't need to wear one.
次回第3話
Okay. They are progressing very quickly here. Okay. Very nice. All right. So what to discuss? At this point, it's probably around 12 a.m. So I need to use my brain muscles or my brain organs. Oh, geez. I'm definitely fading. There is a lot we need to talk about. And I managed to take very scrawly notes on this shopping list that I have. First of all, let's just address the thing that I didn't write down first, which was the whole thing with Tanjiro's like sense of smell just suddenly activating and like enhancing almost. So my apologies, okay? I thought that something else was going to happen, but it turns out that the something else might actually happen later in the season. I read the manga all the way through, but in preparation for like this, I didn't even revisit the Swordsmith Village arc. I remember the fight with YORIICHI Type 0, and I remember that Muichiro broke it at some point. Also, I remember him just being totally seemingly uncaring and blunt and cruel towards Kotetsu and Tanjiro. I find it so hilarious that Muichiro was like, he was so out of it in the Hashira meeting that he doesn't even remember who Tanjiro is. It's so funny, he was like, I'm getting a weird vibe from that box. Is that a demon's presence? Hey, what's inside the box? When literally there was an entire meeting meant to discuss what will happen to Nezuko, and he was there the entire time. He's such a space cadet. I can relate though. Anyway, so in the manga, there was this, it was one of those derpy shots of animation, like that, like this one and this one. The art is so downgraded that it's funny. I'll track down the picture. I remember finding it and thinking it was so extremely funny. But yeah, like I forgot about the part where he dives to the bottom of the river and finds this stone, and for whatever reason, it increases his like senses somehow, that he can somehow smell the doll moving. Like I don't really know how else to say it, but he can smell the doll moving. See, and he can coordinate that with the rest of his senses to basically become like clairvoyant for 5 seconds and basically like predict where the doll is gonna swing, and technically that could mean where a potential enemy is going to swing at the same time. And again, like I can't really comment on that because I don't know if it has to do with something that happens later on down the line or if this is just a new Tanjiro unlocked ability. So I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'm going to basically say keep an eye on it. Like 100% keep an eye on it. So secondly, another thing that I didn't write down but I'm glad I remembered was Tanjiro saying like you have to work hard because our goals might outlive our lives. We have to have like some way to pass down our experiences. Tanjiro said like I want to turn my sister back into a human. And I know that that might take longer than my lifespan. But he's still going to do it because he's sure that someone, somewhere, will pass down his goal, his ability, his style, I suppose. That is a concept that was addressed back in, like, I think it was when, like, Tamayo and Yushiro first met Tanjiro, and then it was addressed again with Rengoku versus Akaza, and now it's becoming more and more of a thing. I think I said in a previous video of mine that the offer to become a demon and be immortal so that you and your goals and your fighting style will never die out, that's something that, like, now, even when the demons aren't around, it keeps getting like brought up, like this idea of being immortal not in body but in spirit, or like humans being immortal not in body but in mindset, in goals, in feelings passed down from one person to another, which goes straight into what Kotetsu said about inherited memory, which is a whole nother thing. Just the idea that this ancestor, who I have no doubt was the man in the checkered Haori, just like Tanjiro, I imagine that that was Tanjiro's ancestor, and that that memory was so incredibly important to that ancestor that now Tanjiro is experiencing it himself, which is such a cool and interesting concept. To think, like, could other demon slayers do this? Could Ubuyashiki do this? Kaguya, could he do it? Could Muichiro do it? Could Mitsuri do it? Like, I imagine it has to be people who are, like, very heavily involved in demon slaying, because it seems like when you get pushed to your absolute limit is only when the other stuff starts to happen. The opening thread for Tanjiro, this enhanced scent that he has, this clairvoyant sense or whatever it is, it's only until you push yourself to the literal brink of death when these things start to manifest. And that seems to be a thing with the demon slayers. They act so powerfully and with such precision because their bodies have literally been honed to the hilt for it. But that means that their minds are also so sharp that they're able to pick up on the intense feelings that their ancestors have been feeling, which is so, like, I know I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. What a concept. I mean, that's so cool. Usually in other anime, if you need to show like a backstory thing from like thousands or hundreds of years ago, you show it by literally going, this is a flashback. And the main character either knows of it ahead of time or does not know of it ahead of time, or time travels back to see it. Literally, I have never seen an anime use inherited memory as a thing. Man, it's awesome. And I love it. I love it so much. Because if Tanjiro is able to just somehow tap into the memories of this ancestor, this charcoal seller, Sumiyoshi, that's his name, and learn more about this mysterious man, I feel like he could tap into several keys of like what it takes to not only defeat demons, but to defeat upper ranks and quite possibly Muzan himself. So we're gonna keep an eye out for that. Like, wow. Because it's just the implications of that and the potential like unlocking of something like that in the Demon Slayer world. If other people learned how to do that, it could be kind of like Attack on Titan almost. They can just remember that far back and use like the knowledge from their ancestors to fight demons in the now, which is so cool. Like, imagine if Rengoku was still alive. He comes from a long line of Hashira. So just imagine him being able to do that. He'd become unstoppable almost on the spot. So cool. Especially if he could do it mid-battle. Like, that'd be even cooler. I want to keep talking about inherited memory because it's so interesting. It's so neat. And it plays very firmly into what I think is the main theme of Demon Slayer is like, though your body may die, if you believe in something hard enough, you can last forever. So technically the humans are doing it that way, whereas the demons have no humanity left. They literally are left with like shadows and whispers. And they're like, well, we can get stronger as ourselves because our bodies are immortal. We don't need to be so passionate about what we believe in because we can do whatever we want. We can get away with it. As long as they're not stupid and their survival instincts kick in, a demon could live forever, just can't get close to the sun. I mean, Daki had her own thing. She had a whole room that was just boarded up that she just sat in during the daytime and, you know, like kidnapped people and ate them. Anyway, plays so hard into like all of these people fighting so strongly against the demons that all of their feelings are just converging on a single point. Kaguya said it, and that point is fast at hand. It is approaching, and when that point hits, who knows what's going to happen. One of the main integral themes of Demon Slayer is what our ancestors have done to get us to this point, because they are not to be forgotten. I believe that so fervently. And I love it. And I love it. The main characters that exist right now are important, but like this mysterious man with the thing and the earrings and the ponytail, and like all of the other demon slayers who came before, they're all equally as important, if not more. So man, oh man. Now we can talk about Muichiro. I want to keep ranting about inherited memory just because, like, again, implications huge, but I will discuss them in the comments with you. Okay, so Muichiro. The first impressions can be deceiving, is all I will say. Muichiro was kind of a space cadet in the first episode that we saw him in. Now, he's blunt, rude, kind of cruel, and he only seems to care about himself. That's the only way I can describe it. It's just he literally seems to be on his own schedule and he just doesn't have time for everybody else. But the thing is that like now that I'm watching him animated, I remember reading this in the manga and going, oh, he's rude. Like he's really rude. And it wasn't until Tanjiro said, well, I don't smell any malice coming from him, so I don't think he's doing it on purpose. That's when I started to think, like, okay, maybe there's something more to it. Now that I'm seeing it animated, it's a lot easier to see. Muichiro is kind of closed off, isn't he? Like, he's kind of off in his own world, and while he's not exactly cruel or mean, he's just sort of like, it looks like he's blocked. Like, maybe mentally? I have had moments in my life where I've sort of wandered through the world in kind of a daze, and I don't think I've ever been blunt like during those times. Maybe I'm just tired. It's probably when I'm just tired and I'm just sort of like my brain's kind of foggy, everything's hazy. I know I didn't get enough sleep last night, that sort of thing. While I want to emote, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, whatever, it'll sort itself out. Like, I like kind of like that. So I'm wondering if Muichiro is just in an eternal sense of brain fog. He's definitely spacey. He like the first time we ever see him, he's like, what's the shape of that cloud again? Like, I mean, literally just like, I'm not thinking about anything. So I feel like at least in this moment, he's very self-centered to the point of he can't really interact with anything else around him. It's kind of like he's just completely closed off from the world and just operating on his own and just like, okay, I'm gonna walk into the forest, I'm gonna get the key from this kid, I'm gonna train with the robot. Oh, I broke the robot. Well, I guess I'll just take this sword. I mean, it's fine, right? Like he doesn't seem to care. I do really just think he's off in his own world. Maybe he's the mist Hashira, right? So I feel like it would kind of make sense for him to just be surrounded by like a mental fog or like a mental mist, if you would, just as he just coasts through life, because he seems like relatively chill too. Like, I mean, he's a demon slayer and he said like, if you waste a Hashira's time, that's more people dying. That was very blunt, and like you didn't try to hide anything at all. It's like you're talking to a 10-year-old kid, Muichiro. He's only 4 years younger than you. But I mean, Muichiro is brilliant. I mean, in terms of potential, the boy has like an exponential graph just going whoop, up, 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 up. It's not like he won't interact correctly with people. I don't think he can. Now that I'm looking at it, it seems like he's just so, I don't want to use self-absorbed or self-centered because that makes him seem shallow. I do not think this is a matter of shallowness. I think it's literally just a matter of how much he's just existing in the now. And I feel like he's not really doing that. Or if he is, he's just operating completely on his own. Like somebody who's so completely alone that they just have this sense of, okay, now we're doing this, now we're doing this, you're interrupting my schedule, please, like, don't waste my time, don't do that. Well, Muichiro did knock down the kid. Again, I don't think it was done out of malice. It was just like, oh, an obstacle. Cool, all right, it's done. Can I have the key now? Get up. He just seems like he's half dreaming. That's how it looks to me. That is a non-spoiler analysis there. Not quite there, can't interact, maybe there's a block, maybe there's a wall that blocks him off mentally. Probably. That's what I'm basically trying to say. The last thing I wanted to talk about is that Muichiro's fighting style, as small as we saw it, he seems to be animated quite slowly. And I mean, maybe that's the whole slow motion thing, but pay attention to that. There's more to it. Him being animated slowly, like as he's fighting, kind of just going like doing that. I think that also has a lot to do with his just, you know, just his daze, his like resting mean face. It just has a lot to do with him just existing there in the moment by himself in a daze. How many times have I said daze in this video? Him being animated slowly just adds to the fact that it seems like he's not all there. But also the slow animation, I'd like you to keep your eye on it because of stuff that'll happen. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Oh, I forgot to put my earrings in. Oh man, I forgot to wear the Tanjiro earrings. Well, I'll wear them next time. It's late. Actually, now I bet it's early. Yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ding the bell for notifications. You don't have to, but it would be super, super cool if you did. Comment below, please. Tell me your theories, tell me your analyses. Honestly, if you want to put in the comments how you think Muichiro is rude and you can't believe he's my favorite character, I understand. When I read this part of the manga, I did start to doubt myself, so I'm glad I held on though. Comment about the robot as well. Like, YORIICHI Type 0 is such a cool and interesting plot tool. It saddens me that it looks like it's only going to be used for this one episode, because if I recall reading the manga, Tanjiro trained with YORIICHI Type 0 for quite some time until it broke and a sword erupted out of its throat. But yeah, thank you so much for staying and have a nice day.